And surprisingly, my hair doesn't look that bad today. It's a little bit curlier than I would choose for it to be. With all the facial bruising and such, I think, they did a pretty good job fixing it for the cameras. To get dressed, I don't think I will. As I said, it's all about the lighting. Someone commented on one of my videos, "What in the fuck are we watching? What story is unfolding?" Yes, it's quite a large story. No one wanted to touch it. They thought I was just some nut job, paranoid and anxious, trying to get things out. Well, let me tell you, when people threaten to shoot you after setting your house on fire, you try to type things out and speak as quickly as you can to get the message out there. This is what's going on in a place that they beg people to come to, where they slip shit in your drinks and then traffic you. And no one's for the wiser, because guess what? The people they like get trafficked to, bigger and better opportunities with money. The people they don't like get funneled into a system of getting raped by a bunch of fucking closet queens with MetaView in on the goddamn disgusting game. Now, excuse me for my foul mouth. It is part of my culture and deeply held religious beliefs. I find it far less offensive than telling a child who was raped and recorded in pornography to just get over it, especially when that child was left with permanent injuries. But I'm no judge. I'm not intelligent enough. That's another reason Kim Razor decided to do her thing with psych therapy. He's pretending to be intelligent. So when I said her doing that is obstruction of justice while trying to cover rape and such among law enforcement in that goddamn area, not to mention their fucking drugs, being put on suicide-causing medication with my health, knowing her family's involvement to child porn and child rape, you better fucking bet I'm going to make sure it's seen as obstruction. She did not want the story getting out about Bob Tribby when he was jailer, and us passing out in the science wing, unable to remain consciousness. Where's my fucking proof? Here's gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes. Might be terabytes well, it would be terabytes by now of proof. People would think they're just, just taking photos of being out. No. There's that MCDC guard bouncing at the date rape bar that we frequented the most. That other guard that works with Lisa Geary. I'd have to pull up the Mason County Fiscal Court photos of when they were swearing her in to point them out. I don't feel like doing it. I've wasted enough of my goddamn time trying to cover this story and information as a freelance journalist with no badge. And guess what? I've gotten a hell of a lot more accomplished than they ever did. Especially about Van Ingram and the DEA. Van Ingram, director of Kentucky Narcotics, associated with, working directly with the Drug Enforcement Agency. Did I mention how I became a stripper for them when I was around 13? So that free cartel hoe story for the DEA, I believe it. Shall we go over the vacation photos again? All I ever wanted was to be able to medicate according to my doctor's orders. Now, if my doctor had said do heroin if you're in that much pain, I would have said, you're fucking crazy. Cannabis is a different story. Especially when people like Erica Michelle Crawford with their goddamn fucking ridiculousness sit back and tell the whole fucking world that laced cannabis products do not exist in Mason County. What fucking planet do you people live on, and how much money do they throw your way? It better not be any money that I'm donating, that's for goddamn sure. You people are moving forward with cannabis back several years with that goddamn fraudulent information. Taking up your tax-free donations to go to Frankfurt and pretend you're doing something. I donated to them a couple of times. Their efforts. I've always had a soft spot for charity. The only one that they could even bring up in question about me is those Greenpeace people. And I had no clue about them. That man would not leave me alone at one of the Pride festivals. I wanted to give him cash as a one-time donation so he would leave me alone, and he demanded a credit card. After I saw the first donation go through, I canceled it. I think it's called Greenpeace. They got involved in something ridiculous. It's just like the Dead Sea stuff in the mall. Those people sucker me in every goddamn time. And that's why all the straight junkies loved me. You know, yank, 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 we're gonna hurt you or else. Whatever. Like I said, that's one of the main reasons I quit opiate-based pain management. Not that I didn't need it anymore. I got tired of people stealing my shit and then claiming that I sold it to them. Cutthroat bastards. Homophobic, misogynistic pigs. I thought I'd rather fucking suffer in so much pain I have a heart attack and die than have to put up with one more goddamn question about how one of those fucking kids wound up with some of my morphine. They were stealing it. That's how they were getting a hold of it. Woke up one morning to half of each bottle gone. I thought, well, that's real nice. Assholes. You know, when I travel, I had to take my medication with me. Helping women escape abusive relationships has been my goddamn demise. Thank God for tea. And no, nothing to go with it. I feel like shit. I have the green one, but I wash this one every day. They had this, blue, dark blue, black, red, yellow, the lime green. Really pretty. You know, Turkey came out with that the country if Turkey came out with that anti-faggotry nonsense. Well, these were handcrafted and painted in Turkey. I couldn't pass them up. I'm a sucker for art, even if it is homophobic. Good investments, just like real estate. Though it does look like the housing market's taking a fall after properties worth more than they ever have been. When she got the last estimate for this house, she was like, what in the hell? How in the hell is it worth that much? The housing market's gone crazy. Cannabis is helping things exponentially in all areas. Just look at Colorado's housing market. Nobody ever would listen to me. You people really should consult a little more often. Just because I don't have some precious, useless degree and I seem like I don't have a care in the world doesn't mean I don't monitor everything. They call me paranoid. Well, I see patterns where other people don't. And then they jump on the bandwagon and steal my work. You're welcome. I told them those roadblocks were unconstitutional. You people are not allowed to stop people just willy-nilly. It's not my fault you don't know the law you swore to uphold. Just like taking blood when we refuse to give urine or do the field sobriety testing. Unless a judge signs off on it beforehand, it's unconstitutional. Read the goddamn Kentucky legislature that you swore to uphold. Just like with Casey's Law. Can't you all see that sloppy syntax? It makes it unconstitutional. You just open the state up to even more fucking liability, and you wonder why it's broke. But why in the hell would they care? Their paychecks are guaranteed, one way or another. I just read something about artificial intelligence is changing the way we look at grammar. Oh, is it? So you all complained about my grammar back in the day. I sound like an AI system, don't I? I told you my brain melted when I was a child. Some non-family members helped medically. My family was ready to let me lay out in the field and the buzzards ate me. Just like with the video yesterday. I looked like shit before this stuff kicked on, didn't I? Like I've always told them, it's the lighting. You know how my office in Mason County looked like a room that was, like from Willy Wonka in closing? Caskets are quite small. You can ask any of the other religions. Spirits done the most wrong and the most turmoil often have a hard time shifting and going on until they see the wrongs corrected. just like with the neighbor over this way. They were so freaked out by my Tourette's, they started catching wild pigeons, and I saw them sticking a pin in one of them. That's not going to do anything. So like I said, for my Aunt Sherry from Taiwan, may I come back as a crow? Land on the window thing outside, peck on the window and call at her. That's a bad sign in their religion. But I'd just sit and call at her and flap my wings. Swoop down and pick one of the flowers out of her flower garden, sit and fly to the window and sit there and caw. People don't believe me on that animal thing. Like Dr. Dolittle, it's not quite like that. But you saw the lonely dolphin in Florida, Jacksonville. There are some photos from New Orleans, too. Not to mention the really cool masks from New Orleans. Oh, and San Diego. And Jefferson County. And just like I used to tell my lesbian husband, just wait until we get home and I get out all this shit. You go play with your women, I'll go play with my men. God, how in the hell do women stand that? And if women say, what in the hell do you know? Well, most drag queens wear light foam things for breast appearances. Mine had to look and feel much more real. Birdseed. Birdseed. Or other, something similar. Couldn't use flour and pantyhose, it would come out. Birdseed packed tight enough. Feels like a boob job, a really good one. And of course, I had to be a double D woman. In a size 4. You know how men are. Man, a size 4 and double D's and legs for days. Yes, aren't I beautiful? Come hither. Ah ha ha, I gotcha. Now that you know, and it was photographed and videoed, I suggest you start behaving. You know, Santa Claus and Mr. Boggs don't visit bad little boys. Not with the cool toys, anyway. Have been working on this for decades. So don't tell me I haven't served my country and the people that live here. They see it that way because, not all of us agree with homosexuality and blah, 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 blah. So don't get married to a homo. That solves that problem, doesn't it? Why are people so ignorant? If two people of the same sex want to set up shop, are productive members of society, what in the goddamn hell is the problem? Morality? That's a load of shit. How moral was it for me getting raped in that goddamn school district, only for cops to cover it up, along with comprehend? If that's your all's idea of morality, then I want no part of it. My legs hurt. I don't feel like medicating with cannabis yet. Drug addict right here. Plenty of cannabis in there to use. I don't feel like using it yet. I'm in pain, but I don't feel like medicating. I really don't. It's too early. I feel bad. Cannabis abuse. Those little cartridges. You can buy 45 of those in a 45-day period. 45 of them. I have 2 in there that on the 26th will be a month old and they still have medication in them. Abuse. You people can eat shit. Eastern State, without even reading all this or asking questions about it. So when I say, after the second time of them doing that, I tried to kill myself intentionally, it's only because they refused to take a statement with the same fucking judge starting this shit being involved in child porn productions and drugs. And the judge upstairs above her coming on my face when I was a kid. So you be sure and tell Todd Walton and Deputy Brad in Fleming County I said hello too. Will Marshall and his family in Scioto County. And several others. Deputy Brad Crawford, man. I always thought he was a cutie when we were at Straub. Quiet, elusive. The kind of kid you thought, man, he's so quiet he'll kick somebody's ass. But he was quite friendly. People bullied him too. Assholes. For no reason. He was honestly probably one of the nicest kids when we were that young to me. Deputy Beckett's grandson, Chris, total douche. They were playing Heroes one day. This is how good my fucking memory is. Heroes one day on the playground. I asked to play with them. No. Oh well. You think you're hot shit because your fucking grandfather